This is a very tricky situation to me because this is my proposal, Brandon. I've slept on this. I want to hear what you have to say. Forget the wall ride for a second. Like that decision was already done and dusted.
Okay.
You can have your thoughts on Ross's move from 2 years ago, Christopher Bell's move from yesterday. You can't let the 20 in because he got help from the 23, right? That's team orders. That's race manipulation. You can't let the 24 in because he got help from the 1 and the 3. So that's also manufacturer race manipulation, right? So the next driver in line would be the 5 of Kyle Larson. But why would you let Kyle Larson in? Hendrick still has a car that makes the championship 4. Chevy still has a car that makes the championship 4. What difference does it make to them whether it's Byron or Larson? They still have a dog in the fight, right?
But who's to say William Byron wasn't putting the hammer down as hard as he could?
Hey, he still benefited from it. Doesn't matter. They took Martin Truex Jr. out of a chase in 2013, didn't they? What did Truex have to do with it? Clint Bowyer's the one who spun out. Brian Vickers is the one who brought his car into the pits.
I guess so, but
he's guilty by association.
What did he do?
He benefited from blatant team orders and team manipulation.
But he didn't sign off on the team orders to do so. He was still trying to keep a spot from getting around him. Whether they were slowing down or not, I think he was still going as hard as he could. And
I'm playing devil's advocate here for everybody in the chat here. But it's like you could make the argument. It's like the locking bumpers rule at Daytona and Talladega. What happens when that's dubbed a penalty? Both of those cars get penalized, right? What's the guy that's being pushed supposed to do? But in NASCAR's eyes, you're both benefiting from it. It's a tough situation, but the only what is everybody comparing this to is Spingate, right? And what NASCAR did 11 years ago was they took Martin Truex Jr. out of the chase when he was the only one at MWR that wasn't part of this. I mean, the plan was made to benefit him. Clint Bowyer spun out, Brian Vickers parked it or came down pit road.
And put Gordon in.
Well, they put Gordon in, and they put Newman back in. They put the points penalty, the way things reshuffled, and Clint Bowyer got to stay in. Because Clint Bowyer was already over 50 points to the good. So the guy that actually spun out got to stay in. The guy that had nothing to do with it, who would be the William Byron in this case, he's the one to get. But there's precedent there to take Byron out. But like I said, I mean, can you really put Kyle Larson? I mean, why is Hendrick or Chevrolet going to care? What happens still at the end of the day gets one of their cars in because Larson's the next in line. And then
they don't lose.
It's Chase Elliott, not the next one in line after that. Oh, he's also a Hendrick driver. And the last one in the round of 8, that's Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin's not only a Joe Gibbs driver, he owns 2311. So you can't put him either. You can't put him in either, right? Like, what about Alex Bowman? Alex Bowman was in the round of 8. He got disqualified. I guess he's next in line. Oh, yeah, he's the 4th Hendrick driver. You can't. Yeah, I mean, there's so many layers to this the further back you go. So what I believe needs to potentially happen here, and I saw Dale Reynolds said that Dale Reynolds came out of YouTube retirement was saying the same thing. Amber's saying the same thing here in the chat. Let's make up for what we did 11 years ago when we added an extra driver.
Take it away.
Let's take away a driver.
Okay.
Joey Logano, you won. You're in. Tyler Reddick. I know people might say you're guilty by association too because of the team you're driving for, but that's not true. You won at Homestead. You were locked in well before this weekend. Ryan Blaney, you won this weekend. Well done. You 3 have won the last 3 races. You are the final 3 fighting for a championship at Phoenix. The 2 that would have been in, they're both guilty of the same thing. We can't put anybody else in. It just becomes this line of succession that's more ridiculous. It's with the same teams anyway. So let's just simplify things. No winners in this situation. Everybody that is part of this race manipulation problem has to suffer, and it's a final 3.
That's never going to happen.
Why we added an entire driver to the chase? Why can't we take one away?
I don't think NASCAR 11 years ago is the same as it is now. If they're going to be consistently inconsistent, why on earth will they stay in line with something that they did before?
I don't know. They
have nothing to prove to me that they are going to do that.
But what they decided 11 years ago proved that they can just make these decisions and look at the situation and rule it as they see fit. And if both of the if the decision is between the 20 and the 24, guess what? The 20 got help from the 23, the 24 got help from the 1 and the 3. If you come down and this is the problem that I struggle with, Brandon. I feel like they have to do something, right? It's clear and obvious. The 1 and the 3, and Ricky Craven said it himself. Like, I don't need your data. I don't need your telemetry. I saw it with my own eyes.
We all saw it. Yeah.
I don't know how you can have a supposed 100% rule, tell these competitors that they've got to be on their A game every week, and then you turn around and you see, what were the 1 and the 3 doing? What was the 23 doing? I had a tire going down. Are you kidding me?
You don't cut tires anymore.
Know the plan? Well, no, I mean, it doesn't take an Einstein to figure out what this plan is. Sorry, Brandon, go ahead.
You don't cut tires anymore on the Gen 7, remember? We don't have that sort of problem.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's last generation's excuse.